This is WFYI News Now. It's April 18th, and I'm Abriana Herron. On today's show, a large-scale cleanup on an east side waterway planned for this Earth Day weekend. A new mobile lung clinic aims to help residents in rural areas. And some Indiana parents say their complaints of discrimination in schools are not being investigated.
The biggest thing I wanted was somebody would follow up and monitor the school. I just wanted them to know they can't do this.
Those stories coming up, but first. A lawsuit against a former Indianapolis Public Schools teacher alleging systemic abuse against a student has been dismissed. The federal lawsuit, filed a year ago, alleged that the teacher at George Washington Carver Montessori School 87 facilitated a fight club style of discipline. He allegedly encouraged and recorded physical abuse of a 7-year-old student with a disability. IPS and the mother of the child agreed to dismiss the lawsuit earlier this month. Indianapolis, like many other urban areas, struggles with issues of litter. A large-scale cleanup of an east side waterway in greenspace is planned for this Earth Day weekend. As WFYI's Jill Sheridan reports, everyone is invited to join.
The cleanup of Pleasant Run Parkway will be the largest effort ever for city partner Keep Indianapolis Beautiful. KIB President Jeremy Kranowitz says it targets a 5-mile stretch of Pleasant Run.
50% of the trash in a city is not just along the streets. The other 50% is what we can't see, and it's along our waterways.
Nonprofits KIB and Keys to Work play an important part in the city's litter abatement efforts, picking up 21 tons of trash out of waterways last year. There are numerous cleanup sites planned for this weekend, and people can sign up at KIB's website. I'm Jill Sheridan.
Residents who live in rural areas or lack transportation may struggle to access lung screenings. WFYI's Elizabeth Gabriel reports a new mobile lung clinic is bringing the test to more community members.
Annual lung cancer screenings are recommended for adults ages 50 to 77 with a heavy smoking history. It's also suggested for people who've previously quit smoking. Dr. Nasser Hanna is the chief of cancer screenings for Indiana University Health. He says lung screenings can also identify other health problems.
We find aneurysms. We sometimes find breast cancer. We sometimes find kidney cancer.
Lung screening is covered by Medicaid, Medicare, and most private insurance, with no out-of-pocket costs for eligible patients. The mobile clinic will be at the Indianapolis Firefighters Museum for the rest of the week from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm Elizabeth Gabriel.
And for our final story today, 40% of the staff in the U.S. Education Department Office for Civil Rights have been laid off under President Trump's administration. Now, parents say their complaints of discrimination in schools are not being investigated. From WFYI's Education Desk, Dylan Pierce-McCoy spoke with an Indiana mom who joined a federal lawsuit aimed at forcing the Education Department to take action.
Cup's daughter has multiple disabilities, and because of them, she sometimes has tantrums at school. In the lawsuit, Cup says her daughter's school has responded by restraining and secluding her alone in a room. Cup filed a federal complaint over that treatment late last year.
The biggest thing I wanted was somebody would follow up and monitor the school. I just wanted them to know they can't do this.
The attorney looking into Cup's complaint was laid off last month. Cup says she hasn't received any updates since. I'm Dylan Pierce-McCoy.
And that's all for today's episode of WFYI News Now. Our podcast is produced by Drew Daudelin and Zach Bundy, with support from the news team at WFYI and public media journalists across the state. Our news director is Sarah Neal-Estes. Kendall Antron produced our music, and I'm your host, Abriana Herron. If you like today's episode, remember to subscribe and share, and follow WFYI on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube to check in on our newsroom throughout the day. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on Monday.